Cool.
Okay,
Girl, it's so
so
good to meet you.
likewise, thank you so much for being here. Welcome to Entertainment Affair. And your name is Josiah, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Now, I know that you are born in Texas. You are half Mexican, half Jewish. And, as you mentioned, you're not completely fluent in Spanish. However, your latest single, which is called Rompela y Calla, has some Spanish in it. First of all, what prompted you? I love the idea of the Spanglish, but what prompted you personally to add Spanish to this song?
Well, hold on, I'm gonna turn you up there. I literally, I grew up in a home that didn't really embrace my Latino side of my culture. And I felt like there was always something missing in my music or just inside myself. And once I was able to be a part of the Latin community in the Latin music world, it was like a blindfold got pulled over my eyes. I felt more at home and in the community, and it was just kind of like one of those things where you figure out, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing in reality.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that. And also, for the people that don't know you, you started singing when you were very young, but also you competed in American Idol, correct?
Yeah,
Tell me
exactamente.
about that experience. Now, se dice fácil, but it's not easy to enter a competition like American Idol. Tell me about that. How was your experience coming into the competition, and how did it go from there?
So, okay, American Idol. Wow, it was an insane experience. I'm not gonna lie. Most people don't know this, but like 3 days before we filmed it with, Nicki Minaj, Mariah Carey, Keith Urban, Ronnie Jackson, I was in the hospital. I literally had staples in my head because I crashed an ATV into a cement mixer right before a show, setting up a show with one of my rock bands back in the Bay Area. And I was really like, a teenager, rebellious in a rock band, all that silly stuff. But, 3 days before we shot that, I got into this accident, huge concussion, staples in my head. That's why that captain's hat, it's literally covering up a bald spot.
Wow.
So when I auditioned, I had a huge concussion. I had no idea what was going on. So when the alarm had happened in the middle of my audition with the judges, I really thought the boat was on fire. I didn't know if it was real or if I was making it up in my head. But all I know is after that experience, I was like, okay, this is gonna get some airtime. I think it's a blessing. Yeah, it's craziness,
So
crazy
how many
experience.
how many years ago was that?
Wow. I want to say like 6 years ago.
Okay, so it's been a while.
Yeah,
So what has happened since you were on American Idol up until now? What has Josiah been up to?
so okay, American Idol was a blessing in disguise because of that opportunity, I kept having to make trips out here to LA, and eventually I had to stay here. I was like, all right, I got to stay here. I literally graduated by faxing in my homework as a senior in
Wow.
high school. And I came from a small town, so it kind of got away with it. But, I started working as soon as I was like 17 out here in Los Angeles. And, I jumped from genre to genre, like pop music, like electronic music, jazz music, everything. Pero nothing felt like right. It wasn't until like dos años ago that I got put on a project with Universal Latin Music with my friend Sonem and our friend Maida. She invited us to do the official Spanish rendition of the Bee Gees catalog. So like
Awesome.
I know it's crazy. And I didn't know Spanish. I didn't know.
I was
I
just gonna
maybe
say, how did you feel about doing the Spanish rendition in a language that, even though you feel very close to your heart, is not one that you completely dominate? How did you feel about that?
it was, people ask me like, oh, how do you know somebody is really hungry? I learned a completely whole nother language because I'm hungry to succeed, and I'm hungry not just to succeed,
Claro.
but be able to put something out there that has importance.
Mhm.
And I didn't really know how I could be a inspiration or a model for those through my music until that situation. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna work day and night to get the accent right. I'm gonna work on my Spanish. You know, I am Latina, soy mexicana. You know, like I have this in me, and it felt right to even try to do it. And I wanted to give this. I mean, to work with Universal.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't care what language it is, but it was a blessing that it was in Espanol porque I experienced something so much bigger than I thought was just that one project. It became something so much more. And now we have the JESAIAH project.
So what are you working on now? You did that recently and you have this single that you're working on now that you're promoting. What is actually first, before we move on to what is next, I want to ask you two other questions. Is there a possibility, or do you see it in your future, singing completely in Spanish in an album, a song, besides obviously the renditions that you did?
Yes, 100%. Actually, you know, I have a couple of new songs that are pretty much completely in Spanish. I'm trying to think it. Yeah, yeah, I think I do. Well, you know, here's the thing. It's like I want to be able to be a representation to those like myself who didn't learn the language, because there's this huge stigmatism in the Latino culture. Is this okay? Okay, you don't learn your language, you don't know your culture, you're not Latino, you're not
Mhm,
Mexicana. Like,
mhm.
pero there's so many people in Estados Unidos who are part of the Latino community who didn't get to learn about
Totally.
the historia de sangre, see?
Totally.
So I want to be that representation, you know, like Snow the Product, for example.
Yes,
Do you know
yes,
that
yes.
girl, Bay Area girl? She has one of her songs. I'm what you get between a Texas and a Bay. Now we in LA. She's a
Uh-huh.
very cool example. I want to be. Obviously, she's a whole realm of her own, but like she's an example to all the Chicanas y Chicanos y
Mhm.
like Latinos who grew up in Estados Unidos who
Exacto.
need somebody to connect to. So
Totally.
yeah, that's my goal.
I love that. And now, based on what you said, I want you to tell me who is on your bucket list of collabs that you would like to do, whether in English or Spanish.
Yes. Okay. Osuna.
Ah! We love
Me
Asuna.
gusta. Oh, me gusta. Osuna is melodías es increíble. His voice is just espectacular. And
Yes, yes.
I love him.
Okay, so you said Osuna en español. What about Inglés? Who would you like to collaborate with in English?
In English, oh my God. Okay, well, all right. I don't know if you know these two art. Well, you know one of these artists. Okay, obviously Shakira. I
Yes.
mean, pero she's mezcla también. You know, I
Yes.
really relate to her a lot because sabes que she's Middle Eastern y colombiana.
Yes,
See,
yes. Uh-huh.
so like I'm Mexicana y
Jewish,
Israeli,
yeah.
Hebreo. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I have a little Hebrew tattoo, which is kind of cool.
Oh, how
Yeah.
cool. I love it.
So like I really relate to her a lot. It would be sick to do like a collab with her or Ina. Do you know? Tu
Yes,
sabes
I know
Ina?
her. I know who she is.
I mean, God, I love her. I know she's not too popular aquí, pero me gusta her artist thing because she's doing Arabic, French,
Yes.
Spanish, English, like Romanian. I don't know what they speak in Romania. That's really bad. I don't know that, but increíble. I think lenguaje, there's no
My God,
limitades.
hold on a second. I'm sorry. Hold on. I am
No
so
worries.
sorry. No, yes, I am actually very familiar with her because she actually, a few years ago, she recorded a song in Spanish, well, Spanish, English with Yandel from Wisin y Yandel.
Yandel.
So I am very familiar with her because of that. And I think she sang something else a few years after that. So because of that, I am very familiar with her. So that's awesome. I like the choices because they're not obvious choices in a sense. So I really liked them. So You were telling me that now there's the JESAIAH project. Tell me is it that you're working on now? What is coming up for you maybe next year? You know, we're at the end of 2020 already. So let's talk about next year. What are you working on now?
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, we're gonna be releasing one more song before the year ends.
Oh, that's great.
And it's called Mala. Yeah, it's really, really cool. It's very strong. It's very how would you say, ballsy. It's got a very like very strong message, and there is a rumor or a possibility that we might be having a remix of it with a feature artist, but it's not not confirmed yet.
Yeah. So when are you dropping this single? Is it November or December?
December. So we're trying to get it out in the, I think either at the beginning or like early December.
Well, this is exciting, and honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that I did listen to your song, the one that you're currently promoting, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm very picky when it comes to Latin music. I've been in Latin music for about 15, 16 years now, and I'm very particular with the music that I like. So congratulations, you passed.
I love it. You like
it's a really good song. I loved it. I also loved the video. It was very catchy, and you know that I liked it because I played it about 5 or 6 times because I really liked it, so I wanted to hear it again and again and again. So with that said, it was a great song. You're releasing a new one now in December. So yeah, congratulations on that. I wish you nothing but the best. And I hope to meet you one day in person. We're both LA based. So maybe when we resume in-person events again, I might run into you. But I want you to give me una probadita. We mentioned this earlier when we started the interview. If you want to sing a little bit of your latest single right here for your fans on Entertainment Affairs. So let's go ahead and get started.
Let's do it. I love that. Hello. I want to be where you're at right now. Y'all glowing. You got the sun.
I am.
It's blessing you.
The humidity in the glow.
All right. So this one's called, well, I mean, it's Rompe la Icaya, pero and we actually filmed this video in Peru, where he's
Peru,
from.
I saw, yes.
Such a cool place. Shout out to Peru. Dime lo que quieras. I'll tell you what I need. Acérquete un poquito. If you wanna be discreet, I just wanna swim with your body and everything in between. Tócame like nobody's looking, inhálame like nicotine. No hay reglas que seguir, todo te voy a permitir. Hoy lo hacemos hasta morir. Tienes miedo de decir, rompe la caída, rompe la caída. Hey. Rompe la caída, rompe la caída. La, 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 la. No hay reglas que seguir, todo te voy a permitir. Hoy lo hacemos hasta morir. Tienes pelo a decir.
Yay! Congrats, I loved it. Congratulations. I wish you nothing but the best. Y que sigan muchos, muchos éxitos más. And I hope to meet you in person one day. Un beso y un abrazo. Bye. Thank you.